Good morning, everybody. Normally I do these outside, but when you go outside and the hairs in your nose start to freeze up, time to go back inside. Well, thank you for joining me for morning coffee and our Tim and M's. Hey, have you ever like when you first do a recipe, even though it says it like it only takes 15 minutes to cook this and prep it, about an hour later you're still trying to figure it out because it's a new recipe to you? Well, it was the same thing with my mom, who was a chef, and my grandmother, who did canning and all of that. It was the same with every cook. And sometimes when you're starting a project for the first time, it takes a little bit longer. But one of the projects that I know is worth it is knowing yourself. I mean, for me, um, I went through some exercises and learned some things and started with some Dale Carnegie books when I was like 13 years old. So by the time I was like 18, 19, I knew Tim pretty good. Okay. I kind of knew what I would go for and what I wouldn't. And, almost every religion, and certainly all of the great teachers said the beginning of wisdom is knowing yourself. And whether that was the female Greek philosophers or Confucius, knowing yourself, you can look this up on the internet and look at all the quotes from all the great teachers about, getting to know you. And that's a worthwhile project because I know most of you, and getting to know you has been one of my great joys. So I think that you should kind of get to know yourself. And so one of the reasons why I was off for a while, I hadn't been on for a while, was I was trying to get some things set up. And one of the things I'm going to kind of go through a list of things that you can do in order to better know yourself, but also I'm going to explain how that I can be helpful in that area if you want. Okay. So um, first of all, you kind of begin really simply by just sitting there, having a cup of coffee, and reflecting on what's important to you. What values do you have? What things do you think are as important? And the one thing that I don't want you to do is take somebody else's word for it. I don't want you to allow people to should all over you. Okay. And whether they think it comes from God or whether they think it comes out of their head, it's still coming from them. And most of the people who want to offer you advice, like advice on parenting when they don't have any kids of their own, I mean, I'm not, don't take anybody else's word for it. You got to find you with you. Okay. And so to elaborate on that point, sometimes we get involved in new relationships, and whether that was a friendship or a love relationship or a business relationship, I want you to be able to find you in there, just like you find the other person and you find out all the wonderful things about them, right? So there's a wonderful things about you to be found. I want you to discover them rather than have someone tell you what you should be doing. Okay, examine your thoughts and your emotions. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions and try to understand where they come from, what triggers certain thoughts or certain emotions, those kind of things. Look, you're probably watching me on your device that can help you with this. There's a notepad section, there's an appointment section, there's all kinds of things. And if you follow me on my Discord community, which I'll put a link down below, I can tell you how to use your smartphone and how to use the other tools that are in your world right now to help you become better knowledgeable about you. All right. Um, it's not to say that you shouldn't listen to people at all or ask, but if you go to your grandmother that loves you or somebody else who cares about you and you say, hey, when you met me, did it ever occur to you what you thought I would be good at or what I should look at or what I should try? So make sure it's somebody that cares about you. Okay. And then you can ask for some degree of feedback. But again, be cautious on allowing them to should all over you. Okay. Set goals and take actions. Well, that's an important thing to do, but what I'm talking about here is a goal for discovery. So if you don't take any time with a relationship, what happens to that relationship? Whether that be your parents or your kids or your dog, okay? Dogs will eventually forget who you are, okay? So if you don't take time with that relationship, how do you expect it to grow and blossom? Well, you need to take some time with you, okay? Um, and uh, when you're doing that, I want you to make thoughtful comparisons. If there's people that you admire emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, whatever, okay, I want you to make thoughtful comparisons. Not think, oh, I'm such crap, okay? Not that. I don't want you to be like beating yourself up over anything, but I want you to find those thoughtful comparisons, okay? And I can show you what to do with those, and I'll be doing some of that through the Discord community, but I want you to like think about who's a good example of being emotional, being thoughtful, being, you know, these different things that you want to bring about in yourself. Okay. But you look to others to be examples or mentors, not as something to beat yourself up with. Okay. Learn from their example. Practice mindfulness. Okay. I don't know what your religious functionality is. I don't know what your spiritual inclinations are. I do with some of you, but I don't know everybody. Okay. So I don't know if you do it through prayer, meditation. And if you don't do any of that, how about thoughtful consideration? Be mindful. Okay. Thoughtful consideration. You don't have to believe in a grand poobah or somebody or anything, but you do need to take some time to have thoughtful consideration. Engage in activities that allow you to express yourself. Look, I don't care what you like. You know, get involved with groups that give you a chance to express, to, you know, carry on. Look, if you like art, go do art. If you like going for walks, go do that. Engage in activities that allow you to express yourself. This could be through art, writing, music, or any other form of self-expression that feels meaningful to you, okay? And don't have any purpose but discovery, right? I'm sorry to shoot on you, but I've done this before, so I actually have the expertise to be able to explain it to you. And I can explain it in more detail in the Discord community. Okay. If you find that there's something you can't get over, get through, you're pushed into, get yourself some help. And that could be a therapist, that could be a mentor, that could be a coach, that could be, you know, I work with people all of the time. So what I want you to do is, if you're having a problem getting there from here, okay, get enough help to help you get your foot on the ladder. We have a group that meets in the community that can offer you insight and help. But most of those people aren't professional. But ask them, you know, when they give you some advice, ask them, well, how did that work for you? Okay. That's really a thing in our community. Okay. So you can offer, hey, what you've heard, but explain to people that it's what you heard. And then when you're, our community is a safe, supportive environment. I actually have rules in place. Drama's not allowed. Okay. So in our Discord community, you can ask questions. And if you become a member, then there's also an Ascension Sessions group that helps each other, holds each other accountable, does all of that. And so I want to be able to offer you, you know, access to this Discord group. But that comes with, there is some membership, but you don't have to be a member in order just to come and share and relate. I'm trying every morning to give you something to think about. Monday through Friday, I get on and I do something like this called Tim and M's. And sometimes it's only a couple minutes, and sometimes it's a little longer. But for now, you know, what was really important to me, and one of the things that I wanted to do was go out and find some place that I could set up this community. And a lot of people use Discord for like gaming and other stuff, but it's basically a community hub. And so I wanted to use that so that you would have a place to find me. One of the things that shocked me was that when I was on other social medias, the algorithms and other stuff, people couldn't get a hold of me easily. And that created some issues. And I'm not going to go into all of that. Maybe I will in a workshop or a class or something like that. But I'm not going to go into that right now. But it was kind of a painful thing that happened. So when things go wrong, find someone. Don't judge yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Find someone. Find me. Find somebody in the group. Find another bunch of folks. We're going to set something up so that if people are in crisis, they can find us right away. But I want you to know that the best place that you can begin knowing something is you. And so I want to wish you much love and much light. Remember that self-discovery is an ongoing process. I'm still doing it. Okay. I've been doing it for 40 years, but I'm still doing it. Okay. It is normal to have ups and downs. It can be helpful to be patient with yourself. So, and I want to just share with you how you can find the Discord group, and it's going to be in the comments. I'm going to try and put it in there close so you can see it. But if you have an account with this Discord or you create one, you can find us. We are Ascension Sessions. So you can search for us or you can follow the link down below. Love and light. I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.